Now, Solomon, when he asked God for wisdom, God was very pleased with Solomon. So, God gives him wisdom and actually gave him more than just wisdom. But if you would go to 1 Kings chapter 4, the Bible records or describes the kind of wisdom that Solomon was given. Verse further down in chapter 4, verse 29. And God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding beyond measure, and breadth of mind like the sand on the seashore, so that Solomon's wisdom surpassed all the people of the east and all the wisdom of Egypt, for he was wiser than all other men, wiser than Ethan the Ezrahite, Heman, Calcol, and Darda, the sons of Mahol. And Solomon's fame was in all the surrounding nations. He also spoke 3,000 proverbs. His songs were 1,005. He spoke of trees from the cedar that is in Lebanon to the hyssop that grows out of the wall. He spoke of beasts, of birds, reptiles, and of fish. And people from all the nations came to hear the wisdom of Solomon, for all the kings of the earth had heard of his wisdom. You know, when Solomon asked God for wisdom, Solomon says, I can't govern your people. I'm just a young man. So I need your wisdom. So he's really asking for administration skill. And God gives him wisdom. Please note, that wisdom is not confined to how to interpret the Torah or how to follow the rituals and the ceremonies in all the festivals in Leviticus and Deuteronomy. No, it was not restricted to that. That was important. But then we find the wisdom that God gives Solomon, he was able to write 3,000 proverbs, which means he must have been good as a social scientist, understanding societies, people, behaviors, to address that as a proverb. He wrote 1,005 songs, which means he was an artist. He spoke of the trees, a botanist, from the cedar in Lebanon to the hyssop that grows out of the wall. He spoke of bees. This morning I was checking out the root meaning of the word bees, and I was very pleased to find out it also includes bugs and insects, because I have a son who is 14. He's very passionate about bugs and all of those small insects. So I'm glad that it includes that. I haven't told him that, which means Solomon would also be an entomologist, zoologist and entomologist. Birds, ornithologist. Reptiles, everything that creeps, herpetologist. And then also fishology. So Solomon's wisdom that God of the Bible gives him is not some kind of a spiritual discipline in a very narrow sense. It is an all-encompassing wisdom, because the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof.